Good afternoon. It says I'm live and recording. Welcome. It is Monday, August 23rd. This is Pat Mayer. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And let's see what we've got going here. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, let me know if you're here. It is, what did I say, August 23rd. I cannot believe that August is almost over and we're finally getting our hottest weather. It seems like we're getting really hot weather. Hi, Sue, welcome. So, I stepped outside a little bit ago and it was pretty hot out there. So, I'm just glad I'm not in a classroom anymore, although most of the schools now are air conditioned. It certainly wasn't that way when I was teaching, so I'm just glad that I'm not there. So anyway, let me flip my face down here. Oh my goodness, this is haircut week, thank heaven. So I won't have you see too much of my hair, and flip you down to see my desktop. And once again, this is, hi Gloria, welcome. Celebration time. We still have another, 5 weeks to go with this, with a purchase. So last week I did show celebration items. We have our mini catalog, which I'm going to showcase a little bit of that today. And just show you quickly what I'll be showing. The Harvest Meadow suite of products, and it is awesome with the whole suite. It's beautiful. But I'm actually, hello Fran, I'm actually only going to show the stamp set today of the Nature's Harvest bundle. It's beautiful. Fall is one of my favorite times of the year. The leaves are already starting to fall. I'm already tired of seeing dried up leaves on my deck and out in my yard. So it's happening, it's coming. But what seems to happen is once we get a new mini catalog, we tend to forget what is in the annual catalog. And that's what I'm going to showcase today, a stamp set that I think is probably overlooked. I hope I'm going to convince you that you really should have it because it's pretty amazing. And it's on page 18. And it's this Days to Remember stamp set. Now, I know we've got calendars on our phone, we've got calendars on our devices, whatever, so maybe you don't think you need a calendar anymore. Well, you're gonna need this one. I tell you, you're gonna need this one. I've been playing with this so much. I absolutely love it. And I actually have all my birthday cards made for September and October. So it's just exciting. But what is so unusual about it, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, whoever came up with this. So I'm gonna close my catalog and show you this stamp set. And I made a copy of the front of this so you don't see all the glare that I normally show when I show a stamp set. And if you look at this, you're gonna think, oh my goodness. Of course, we've got all the months. We've got days that you can highlight, day to remember, birthday, it's your day. We've got options for Monday through Sunday. I don't find too many calendars that use this option, but I'll show you how it works if you do. I typically go through Sunday through Saturday, and that's what I saw with calendars that I looked at. We've got a little flower, star, heart, and of course a little circle. We've got some balloons, but this is the star of the show. If you look at it carefully, and maybe you haven't looked at it before, it is really weird. And I will tell you, when I first got it, I thought, there's something wrong with this. this needs to be cut apart. And I almost did. I truly almost did. And I have watched other demonstrators with their hints and tips and whatever. But first of all, I'm not going to use a Stamparatus. You don't need a Stamparatus to line this up. It's photopolymer, so it's very easy to line up. Hey Nancy, thanks for stopping in, and I'm glad I'm sharing this too. But if you look at this closely, there's only one on here. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 comes back here, but not over here. So it is really weird, but again, as I said, it is brilliant with whoever came up with this design. So let's get started. Okay, here is the stamp. It's on a long block, and actually this is block I. And if you don't have that block for some of the long skinny stamps that we have in the catalog, all the blocks are on page, have that marked off, 145 in the catalog, and block I is $12. It's very useful for a lot of the long stems that we have, so you may already have it in your arsenal of blocks. But anyway, let's get it going the right direction. What you need to know is a calendar. You need to have a calendar. So I brought one, since I'm using my phone, and that's what I usually use for everything is my phone. I brought, let's see, I brought this one from upstairs. So we know that we're almost through with August, so we're not going to touch that one. We've got September, which is starting next week, believe it or not. And all you need to know is what day of the week the month starts on, and basically how many days are in that first week of the month. And then it's easy to figure out. The next absolutely brilliant thing is any Stampin' Up! Ink pad. The Stampin' Up! Ink pads, and I've got basic gray because that's what I like to stamp the months or the days in. The Stampin' Up! Ink pads are 1 week across. They will hold 7 days of the week. So I've got some, just some copy paper here, and let me show you what I mean. Let's go back to September. September starts on a Wednesday, goes 1, 2, 3, 4. We look at this stamp and we say 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you put that down, and I know that there's a glare here, I'm going to try and offset that a little bit. If we put that down so that only 1, 2, 3, 4, this 5, 6, and 7 and all of those other numbers, we don't need right now. And then it goes over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is the next full week of September. So that's all I need to stamp. I don't need a Stamparatus to make this work. I'm not going to get any ink on any of that, so I don't need to mask it off. So I just need to tap that. The only kicker with September is it only has 30 days. So I'm going to grab a Post-it note, and you can actually Post-it note before you even stamp, which is probably the smartest thing to do. But I'm going to stick this on here. If I can get it stuck. There we go. Stuck to my finger, and put that here. That's why I have so much ink on my fingers all day. Okay, and I'm going to stamp that down. Let's go over here so I can use more of this paper. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all that is going to stamp on here right now. And it's a perfectly easy to see font. It's very easy to see. Now let's take my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday stamp. I'm going to put that in Memento ink. And you can stamp this first too if you want. And we said that September started on Wednesday, so I'm just going to put Wednesday right above this. And there we go. So let me hold this up to the camera a little bit or zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. So there's September. Okay, let me do a couple more months. This time I will start with the Memento and put that on here first. And again, this is just copy paper. And go to October. The key is you need to clean it between. So let's see, what day of the week, anybody have a calendar handy? What day of the week does October start on? You can hear all my squeaky cleaning here. Okay, October has 31 days and it starts on a Friday. So on this one, I need a, let's get back here in the camera, a 1 and a 2. The 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this end, we don't need. But if I go with 1 and 2, then that 3 is going to pick up over here. Again, the width of the stamp set, the width of the ink pad is exactly what I need. I don't need to mask, and I don't need a Stamparatus. And we've got 31 days. So here we go, 1 and 2. I'm going to line this up under Friday. And there we've got a perfect calendar. Okay, any questions? Any comments? And now we'll go to one more month and then I will make a card and show you the ones that I've already done. So now we're going to go to November. Let's clean it again. November has, calendar flipped here, another 30 days. And November starts on Monday. So there again, look at your calendar and see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I need to go 1 through 6. And if you are looking at, maybe this is what I started with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get down in the camera. Let's get rid of that out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then those are the days that we need. Okay, whoops, there we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this part will get blocked off and all of these will get blocked off. Yes, Sue, it is very clever. So 1 through 6. So if you line up just thinking about that first week of the month and where it starts, don't worry about anything that's off to the side or off to the side here. And of course you can do this with any color that you like. And this works not only with this design of our stamp pad, but if you still have the old stamp pads and old colors, it will work the same way because I checked it out. Okay, so there we go. And oops, let's do this back again. And put that there. And what did I say? November starts on a Monday. So line that one up with the M for Monday. And there we go. So now I've got September up here. Whoops, something's up on my screen. Get rid of it. There's September. Here's October. And here's November. Oops, I didn't clean that off very well. So you do need to make sure that your stamp is clean each time. But again, it is very, very clever. So let's make a card. And of course, I'm going to make the month as the focal point of this birthday card. And since we're using photopolymer, I've got two, so that they'll just kind of fill in here, two pierce mats. You could use a mouse pad, anything that will give you some cushion under that photopolymer. So let's get a clean piece of paper here. Put that away and pull out what I'm going to use. Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And I do have an envelope this time. I remembered to grab one. And I'm using the fall colors of Bumblebee, Old Olive, and Basic White. So those will just be layers. And I think I've got another piece of Basic White over here that I forgot to grab and put that on the inside. So that's good to go. All right, so in the Nature's Harvest stamp set, there's this kind of blobby thing. I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be, except it's a nice background. And I'm also going to use this. And none of the sentiments in this because I'm focusing on something for birthday. So let's grab, I guess I did, yeah, I did get everything out that I needed and already have it mounted on a block. So I've got this little, for lack of a better word, a little blob, and I've got some Old Olive and Bumblebee. But I think what I'm going to do first is start with Early Espresso. Hi, Elaine, welcome. Because this goes well with those ink colors. And let's do the calendar first. And I'm going to put that on the left side and use this. So there we've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and get that on my card first. Maybe up here. I don't know if you can see my head or not, or if this is straight. That looks pretty good. And let's go with, I think I've got October here. So let's go with October. The reason I like October is because I don't need to mask off the number. October has 31 days, so that's good. And Wednesday is the nice center point of where you want to put your month. So let's put October right there. Perfect. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Woo, that's too much. Out. I never, I'm sorry, I never had it zoom in quite that much before. Okay, so, and October, back to that one, starts on a Friday. And so we have 1 and 2, Friday and Saturday, because that's where our days go. It ends on Saturday. So I'm going to line this up with just 1 and 2. So all this other part isn't even touched with the ink, nor is this little line here. So we got 1, 2, tap, 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 and line that up. I always double check the calendar to make sure. There we go. And okay, I didn't clean my ink or my stamp very well. Hopefully some of that shadowy part's going to go away. So I apologize for that. But that's all with the early espresso. Now let's use some Bumblebee and this little blobby stamp, whatever you want to call it. So I think that'll get covered up. So that's why it's really important to really clean your ink, your stamp very well. Sorry here, I'm a little bit befuddled. So while I'm stamping, I gotta tell you, last week, it's a good thing I had my live on Monday, is my internet was out for the rest of the week. I'm gonna stamp off here. And fortunately, yep, can't even see that. I was able to hotspot things to my phone so I could get on the internet with my iPad. Thankfully, the cable wasn't out. So let's clean this again. Sometimes I really can't stamp and talk at the same time, so bear with me. All right, let's use some Old Olive. Stamp off. Make sure I kind of cover up what I got there. Stamp off. And add some more here. Add some more here. And a little bit up here. Okay, I love to add a little background to a card. Okay. Now let's get back with the early espresso. I think I'm done with that one. Let's see. And now bring out this beautiful cone flower. And no, I do need the early espresso again. See, I can't think and stamp at the same time. Anyway, finally got the internet fixed. He had to replace my router and all the wiring outside my house. So it wasn't just a neighborhood thing, it was me. Things hadn't been updated for a long time, so I was very happy with my Spectrum service. Yeah, I like that blob too. Covers up lots of things. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, so we've got our cone flower, a little bit of green down here. That's what makes kind of collage stamping. Oh, Carol, welcome. I'm glad you're late because that's the best thing to have is get your shingles shot. Yes, ma'am. So there we've got that. And then I'm going to add the happy birthday just kind of as a little background here. Let me tell you, people, if you've never had shingles, you don't want to get them. I had them oh, let me see, 12, 13 years ago. And I've never had such pain in my whole life as I had when I had the shingles. So I'm just gonna add some stamping off a little bit with Happy Birthday, filling in. So whoever's gonna get, anybody have an October birthday who's watching? Okay, let's add that up here. And so whoever's gonna get this knows that it's the birthday card. So I highly recommend getting a shingle shot. In fact, when I had the shingles before I got the shingle shot, and some doctors had said you didn't need to do that. Well, I'm glad my doctor thought otherwise. So I did get the shot after I had the shingles, and I know I'm digressing. And then a few years ago, they came out with a 2-shot option. So Carol, I hope that's what you get, because it's a few months later, forget exactly how long, to get the second one. So it's really, really, really important. So there we've got that. I know it looks kind of strange. We're going to add some baker's twine to it. Up here at the top, and I'm going to add a glue dot back here. With my Take-A-Pick tool. And wrap that around. Okay, the second one in 2 months. That's what I thought it was, 2 months. I'd forgotten how long ago it was, or how long the lapse was, but I know my arm was pretty sore for a few days, but believe me, that soreness is definitely worth it. So I've got 3 little wraparounds here. Didn't really mean to cover up that one happy birthday, but that's okay. And let's add another one back here, because I'm not glue dotting this. It's just going to go flat on the card. So there we've got that. Let's add another glue dot in the back here, and then I'll add regular adhesive. Let's put that underneath there. All right, so let's trim that off, and then I'm going to add a bow. And this is coming from the twine pack. I believe there are 4 of them in there. And I think I showed this a while back, where I put all of these in a cheese shaker, which I threw off the table here. So this cute little cheese shaker is good for holding your twines. Then they just kind of pull out of there. All right. So let's add this to the old olive. And this is only 1/8 of an inch around, so okay. So the basic white, I believe, is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay, let's add a little bit more to get a little bow in here. Let's try this. Definitely need to have more ribbon than not. I tend to cut it too short and then I can't tie a bow, especially on the screen. So there we go. Trim that a little bit, add it to some, oops, bumblebee. And when we first got Bumblebee, it's one of our in colors that will be here for another year, and then it will go away. But when we first got it, I thought, oh, don't really like that a whole lot, but I use it a lot. So there's the Bumblebee. Let's add some adhesive here. And again, that is 1/8 of an inch around, so that's a full 5.5 by 4.25. Now, I'm not going to put a little circle on here. I do have, I have a card to show you, but if you want to highlight a date, let's say if this was a Halloween card and I was having a Halloween party, I could put the 31st on there. So you could put a little, highlight the date for whatever day you might want to highlight. I'm just going to leave this one blank for now. Let's add some bling to this. These are the new brushed metallic adhesive back dots that are also part of the Harvest suite of products. So let's add, let's see, what color do I want? I keep using the gold. Let me use this little brushed metallic, a little bit different. And put that there. And, oops, went on my finger. Another one. Always need to have 3. I like to make them at, kind of in a triangle, so I'm going to put one up here at the top so that they're all at the top. So there we've got that. Let's do the inside. And for this, I'm using probably my favorite birthday stamp set, and it's called Happiest of Birthdays. And it's great if you are late with your birthdays, wishing you the happiest, or it's your day, enjoy it. And that's one of my favorites. So that's the one that I have pulled out. And I'll also do that on here with the, I wish you could see the mess that I've created. Yes, it's a mess. It's a mess. So notice that I don't put this in the card until after I've stamped it. Why is that? Because we have double-sided paper, and if I make a mistake or get something on it, I can turn it over. So it's your day. Enjoy it. And that's still not dark enough, so I'm going to turn it over. There we go. That's better. And then there's another little stamp in the Harvest, Nature's Harvest, with this small flower. And we'll put that there. And now I can put that inside the card and close up my ink pad so I don't get more ink someplace I don't want it. You're welcome, Elaine. Is that something that you had looked at and thought you didn't want to attack? I just think it's amazing. I just truly think Stampin' Up! Comes up with the most amazing ideas. So there we've got that. And let's add, let's see, what'll be put here on the front? Let's put this little little stamp on the front. And then I've got the rest of my cards to show you. And there we go. So happy birthday to somebody in October. This one is unknown yet. Nobody popped up and said they had an October birthday. So let me show you the other cards that I made. I've got all of my birthdays ready for September. And this was perfect because there are lots of birthdays in September with family and friends. So get my stuff out of the way and showcase these cards. All right, so let's get this mess out of the way. Get a clean piece of paper. Now here's one for a friend of mine who has a birthday coming up next week. So I guess I better get it in the mail on September 2nd. And on this one, I did not stamp right on the card, but I used the Colors and Contours scallop edge and stamped on that. So you can measure, yes, I know, that's at the end of the month. I'm working through the month. This one has the embossing folder. That's part of that suite of products. It's a forget what the actual name of it is. And a purple cone flower, because cone flowers can be purple. And a little circle for the number 2. But you can measure, and I believe it's like 2 3/4 across, and then however tall you want to make it for then putting your month on it. So the options are endless. So there's that one. Here is one for the 3rd. This is very similar to the one that I just did. I just didn't add the ribbon or the twine. And then in here, I put the It's Your Day with the little blob stamp. So that's a 3rd one. One for the 3rd, I mean. Here's one, hopefully a little masculine one. My son-in-law's birthday is the 9th. I didn't do a very good job of masking off the 31. So I put a little heart on there for his and a little circle for It's Your Day. And then I haven't put anything on the inside yet. And then my granddaughter and I share a birthday. So her birthday and mine is the 29th, although she's going to be 21. So she might need something that's a little bit more blingy than this one. But I do want to show you another product. It's like, okay, where did this come from? Where did this little background come from? And on page 127 in the catalog, there are some memories and more cards. It's a little pack of cards. And you get 4x8 cards that can be cut apart. There are some stickers in here. If you do any pocket scrapbooking, this was on one of the cards and I cut this out. So these are 4x6, and then there are all these 3x4 cards and these are all double-sided. So you can use these to cover up, cut out, and these are $10. This is a great option to add to making some cards. So I just wanted to point that out because that's where this one came from. And I just liked it with that little gingham ribbon. Okay, so that took care of September. Now I have a friend who has a birthday in October, on October 2nd. This is some of the designer paper that goes with that suite of products. And this is, I did do a die cut here, and on the inside wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Used one of the die cuts there, and this is some different designer paper. I forget which one that comes with that I thought would go good on there. So there's that one. And then I made one of my envelopes out of that paper as well. And then, very similar to one I did today, a birthday for October 6th for a good friend. So that's it. How about that? All my birthday cards are ready. Now I just have to get them in the mail. That's always my big thing. Get them in the mail, but I think these will happen. I love this calendar option. I think it makes a great card for anybody. The only sentiment that I think is missing from this is a save the date that you could put on there. So Stampin' Up! Needs a save the date. So let's come back here. I want to thank everybody for coming by today, and thank you for the comments. I appreciate it, and I will see you next week, where we'll still be in August, but not for very long. Well, then we'll be in September. So thanks, Carol. Thanks, Nancy, Fran, Sue, Elaine, Gloria, and oh golly, I really appreciate it so much. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.